English movie studio. The MCU is not dead yet, and I pitched for the multiverse saga on how to best conclude it with a good through line, a good story. So just remember, this story is meant to bring people back to their seats. And if you haven't seen part one, I'll put that on the link below as well, so you can check that one out too. Enjoy. So the fourth movie would be Shang-Chi 2. Now, if Shang-Chi 2 is already have those script going on and is well on its way, that's fine. Then you make the Shang-Chi 3. As almost all the players are still in play, you can still utilize the story. So, well, basically the story would be about Shang-Chi's sister. Her 10 ring army is being wiped out one by one by this crazy maniac. He might kill everybody on sight because he's the best at what he is. And you guess it, this killer is Wolverine, and he's out to kill Shang-Chi's sister. And Shang-Chi has to stop from killing his sister. And so Shang-Chi's out there to protect his sister and his friend from this mass kill who's wiping out everybody he comes across. He's almost like a killing machine. He can't be stopped. You heard him, he gets backed up because he has a healing factor, almost like a Terminator with claws, if you will. So he is coming, and this gives us a unique look at Wolverine, because most of the time when we see Wolverine, he's always on our side. Now, when we come across this Wolverine, we need to see it from the other person's point of view, dressing up a guy who's ready to kill everybody, and if you are in his way, you're a dead man. Now, come to find out that the reason why Wolverine is targeting her is because she and the Ten Rings had been trafficking mutants and given to people who want mutants with powers and special abilities to do stuff. And the one person she trafficked was Wolverine's ward, a young Chinese girl named Jubilee. And Wolverine wants her back, and she's lost possibly forever. So Wolverine has gone on a full-blown rage, and he's going to kill Shang-Chi's sister. And at one point, she does get her, and he does mess up real bad, basically mutilating her. And what she did is she and some other people put her in a special project to treat her. And when she comes back out, she becomes Lady Deathstrike, which is why Shang-Chi moves when we call it Deathstrike. And she's created Deathstrike. And then she goes out to go after Wolverine, and Wolverine's trying to go after her, and Shang-Chi's put in the middle. Now Shang-Chi, once he realized that his sister's been trafficking mutants, he is now on a quest to stop, and try to bring her into justice, while at the same time trying to stop Wolverine from killing his sister. And it puts him in a tug of war and says, at the end of the day, he does stop Wolverine from killing his sister. He does bring Lady Deathstrike, his sister, to justice. He then disbands the Ten Rings for the moment. And so when the post-credit scene of Shang-Chi, we end again for little teaser of things to come. We end with Wolverine captured by Shang-Chi, and Nick Fury comes to pick Wolverine up. And he boards him on a plane and takes him away. As the plane goes out of view, you see Nick Fury change into Mystique. Mystique gives Wolverine a little bit of a tongue lashing with something like, he still believes Xavier's way is the right way, and Wolverine will be glad if Xavier's gone. Doesn't matter anymore. And then Mystique goes, well, that's the case. Why don't you join our cause? And you see Wolverine considering. Then we fade to black. So the next one on the docket for number 5 would be Young Avengers. And at this point, I'm assuming that, if you're still here especially, that some of the stuff is interesting, and so you would give Young Avengers a try at this point, even though it might not have seemed alluring before, but you feel like now you thought it's going to be part of some type of cohesive storyline. It's going to probably pertain something to the X-Men, or then it's going on with the swapping of people from alternate Earth, so it's going to have something. And you would be right. Because we're going to start off with Riri. She realized that she has lost contact with Shuri, that something's wrong, something's wrong with Shuri. If Riri contacts her, and she's not doing so, Riri, being Riri, illegally hacks into Saber headquarters and contacted Nick Fury to say that something's wrong, something's wrong don't know what. Can you come assist? And Nick Fury took this as an invitation to try and grab Riri, but before he could, we have Quake from Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., that's Daisy Johnson, the same actress plays her every day, would come and save Riri at the last second, and during a great chase sequence, able to escape thanks to the help of America Chavez, shall teleporting them away. And here we learn that Quake was sent to grab Riri and America Chavez and a few others because Nick Fury had a plan. He said that if ever there was a time when the Avengers were compromised, he would get a new group together to form a new Avengers to help save the planet. And when asked how does Quake even know that these people have been compromised, Quake lets out that Nick Fury had implanted a chip inside of his heart in case he ever gets disintegrated again to let everyone know that there's trouble. But the alarm has gone off, but yet we still see a Nick Fury present, so that let Daisy know that this is not the real Nick Fury. So she's grabbing people from everywhere she can. So she grabbed Cassie because she tried to reach Ant-Man, but she couldn't. So she got Cassie instead. And Cassie revealed that yes, these alternates are real. She has two in the basement that thanks to Ant-Man, she was able to be saved because her mom and alternate version also was trying to swap her. But Ant-Man has not returned, so you're fearing the worst. They go, you know what? There must be a correlation between these mutants and these alternates that are coming through this alternate world. So they go, who would know best about that? They can't go to Jen because Janet is no longer around, and they can't go to the other mutants in the Ant-Man 4 movie pitch that I described in the previous video because they also disappeared. So they go and search for Miss Marvel, who is still on the run after allowing mutants to escape custody from Captain Marvel and the Saber agents. The only way to get to Miss Marvel is through Kate Bishop. And not a Kate Bishop Miss Marvel friends, is Daisy would know that detail. And she used Kate to find Miss Marvel, and Kate also enlists Yelena, the new Black Widow, to also assist. So that's how the team forms together. Now, they still don't let it find out that the only one who knows how to find its alternates is a mutant named Xavier because he can read the minds and know who is true and who is an alternate. And so they go on a search for Xavier. In order to find Xavier, they realize anybody who can track Xavier, anywhere because he has gone and missing, hiding. People have said he's dead. People have said he's just gone. And that's been America Chavez discussed. There's been one person able to track people through a dimension that she has known of. Person's possible most likely dead, but person might not. And that leads them to go search for the last known sighting of Scarlet Witch. They find that the Scarlet Witch actually is alive. She's been kind of going and hiding a little bit. She tried to kill herself, but it didn't work. So she just wants to live in rest of her days in peace. She's not doing the Scarlet Witch anymore. She did too much horrors as it is from the Doctor Strange movie. She's done. And America Chavez, she agrees, but they need her right now to find Xavier. However, even with the help of the Scarlet Witch, they are still unable to find Xavier. But they are able to find a young mutant named Jean Grey, who seems to be attacked by her fellow mutants as she is seen as a pariah. And we come to discover that she's a pariah to her fellow mutants because it is she who caused the government to attack the mutants in the alternate world. As she became the Phoenix, they're a dark Phoenix, and ended up killing a lot of people, wiping out cities, towns, and everyone she comes in contact with as the Dark Phoenix, before she was eventually stopped by the X-Men and brought back under control. Now, she was willing to do her time in prison, but by that time it was too late. By that time, the humans decided to turn on the mutants and put government programs such as the Sentinel Project onto them, and then started wiping the mutants out. So now she's here. And she seems unwilling to ever use her powers again, but fear that she would bring back the Phoenix Force and cause unrelenting destruction to this world. So now the Avengers has to convince her to use her abilities again so she can be the one who can detect the alternates as they cannot find Xavier and there's no one else. But that's when we realize we got betrayed by Cassie. Cassie is an alternate, and the whole thing was a ruse to get all the remaining heroes who was able to defy them together so they can wipe them out. And lo and behold, here comes Fury. Here comes Cassie's own Young Avengers team. Hulk Sunbiscuit from the She-Hulk show, Hulkling of Skrull, Kid Loki, Scarlet Witch's kids, which we find out are indeed alive. So when the Darkhold was destroyed, it created two Soldier kids, while Tommy and Billy. Unfortunately, though, as it created them, it also sent them into the alternate world where they were abused and punished and tortured, being believed they were mutants, and so they have strong hatred for Scarlet Witch at the moment, and they go against our Young Avengers team. And during the fight, Scarlet Witch, it's hexed onto her by Billy, who is a spirit to turn Scarlet Witch evil. Scarlet Witch started to attack the Young Avengers hard, and they were completely outmatched as they tried desperately to stay alive. But Jean Grey comes to their aid, and together they are able to hold the Scarlet Witch back. At the same time, it seems like Nick Fury might really kill Kate Bishop, and in order to save her, Miss Marvel punches Nick Fury into a bunch of spires, and one of them impales him and kills him outright right before Captain Marvel's eyes will just arrive onto the scene. Then when she sees Nick Fury dead, the Marvel freaks out. She goes crazy and she almost kills Miss Marvel. And only because through the help of Jean is she able to hold Captain Marvel back alone enough. But Miss Marvel and herself to escape. Unfortunately, the rest of the Young Avengers get captured, and so the Young Avengers take this loss. So with the Young Avengers in handcuffs, Captain Marvel goes to them and be like, so was it worth it? And Kate Bishop is like, our people escaped. You may have us in chains, but we won today. And then the Young Avengers are carried off. Meanwhile, Jean Grey and Miss Marvel are sulking a bit after their defeat and wondering what to do next. Suddenly Miss Marvel is like, you can't have it end like this. If my team couldn't do it, is it possible for your team to do it? And Jean slowly nods, realizing it might be time for the X-Men to come back. And on a post-credit scene, you see the new ring that's trying to show the future gives Captain Marvel another vision, and it is this time is of Miss Marvel killing Monica Rambeau and toppling the presidency. And then from that, Captain Marvel looks, and she goes, I know what I must do. And then we cut the black. And a second post-credit scene, you see a switch over to Captain Marvel, who are now taken in command. And Reed Richards come to her saying there's a problem. And when she goes, what is the problem? He explains that the worlds are collapsing upon themselves within a matter of months. There will be no universe for us to speak of, then in Faith Water. This leads to our next movie, which will be The Fantastic Four. And The Fantastic Four, we would tell a story of them talking about the world, about the collapse upon itself, and it's being done by this evil person named Doom. He is trying to destroy this universe because it's the only way to save his universe in the alternate world. When you bringing up the Doom boss to try to create little stuff around the world to destroy it, now the Avengers come together to try to simple, but Doom also has enlisted the help of Kang, and Kang basically used his abilities to teleport the Avengers to a different timeline. The no one is around to help anymore. Now it's just the Fantastic Four and Doom and Kang. So during the course of the battles, they realize that Kang is a descendant of Reed Richards and Sue Storm. And they're able to talk him out and convince him to stop fighting them and join their side to take down Doom. And Kang eventually agrees, and together the Fantastic Four and Kang take down Doom and imprison him, and save their universe, at least for the moment. Now, unfortunately, during the battle, Kang does die, and with his death, The Avengers are stuck in the other timeline, but the Fantastic Four are about to find a way to bring them back. Where we come is the post-credit scene, which will let us know what's going on. So the first post-credit scene shows Jean Grey watching the Fantastic Four being congratulated overall, and she suddenly freaks out. And she's like, it's dumb. They're the ones who did it. They're the ones who created the Sentinels. They're the ones who have had the mutants being hunted down. They're the ones who control the government. They're here. And that's when we realize that we have been rooting for the bad guys the whole time. The Fantastic Four are from the alternate world, and they are the ones who are the true enemy. So, on the second post-credit scene, Reed Richards goes to confront Doom and confirm that he is indeed the bad guy. And he goes to thank Doom. In Doom's quest to defeat the Fantastic Four, he inadvertently got rid of the Fantastic Four's greatest threat here, which were the Avengers. Because now that there are no Avengers, his world is now theirs, and Reed Richards will go, this will help him find what he's been looking for, which is the world of the beyond. In Doom 1, this is what caused all world to be destroyed, then his quest to search for the beyond, which caused incursions between all world and this one. And Reed is like, that's okay, because once he finds ultimate power, I can do anything, control everything, and everything will be as I see it. And as Reed leaves, Doom lets him know that this is not over yet. Now we have a third post-credit, yes, we have 3 post-credits, but one. The third post-credit is you see Richard Four being praised to go on TV, and they get praised, and we see Johnny Storm watching himself on TV in pure shock. He taps over to Sue and be like, Sue, why are we on TV? And as Sue looks on, shocked as real, she goes, what the? And we cut the black, and we realize that our Fantastic Four is on Bisburg and has yet to be formed, and we'll find out how that would happen in the sequel. And as the credit rolls, the credit will end with saying, the real Fantastic Four will return. We fade to black. So, on my third video, I will present to you guys, which the guys been waiting for this whole time. It would finally be the pitch for the X-Men, which will be called X-Men versus the Avengers. And then we will go on and move on to the Fantastic Four 2, which will show you how all Fantastic Four come together. And then finally, we will end everything up with our 2-parter Avengers movie, Avenger movie Secret Wars Part 1 and Part 2, and we'll end up that way. And then that will let you know how we will end this multiverse saga. And then afterwards, I'll even tell you how many other storylines you can go, or else we're gonna be like, okay, it's done, it's over. No. Gotta let you know how you can keep it going, how the stories can keep happening. And so that way, you can show this more to tell. And there's a game plan that can be formed to keep people's interest alive and keep people wanting more. And I'll show you my view on that as well. And if you like what you see here, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And maybe if enough of us do so, then it could reach Marvel's ears and they can know exactly what we are looking for in their stories. Thank you. Bye.